Okay, could you now think about technologies that have been used either by teachers in the sessions you've been in or you've used as a learner? Just tell me about how technology may have enhanced your learning.
Yeah, the clickers are quite a common thing now, so I think they can be quite helpful because they sort of force you to engage and actually sort of attempt. If there's a question on the board, it's quite difficult not to think about it or attempt it or whatever. So
is that because you've got the clicker in your hand that makes you engage? Or?
Yeah, because the lecture sort of stops and there's a question on the board, so you kind of have a choice as to whether you just do something else or kind of take part in it. So I think it forces you to keep kind of more focused.
Do you find most students engage with the clickers? They actually use them, or do they?
More or less, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Erica, any thoughts on clickers or any other technology?
Yeah, I agree with Alice. I think it's very useful, clickers, because one thing is seeing the question on the board and interacting. I think the main issue in terms of getting students to engage, for example, in a class of 300, is that you actually need to interact, and the clicker is a super effective way of getting the 300 to interact.
Right.
And then you can see the percentage of people who got it right, wrong, who answered A, B, C, D, and Y, and then the lecturer can actually explain, oh, maybe I haven't covered why it's B and not A very well, and then they'll go over.
So when you see the results on the screen from the clickers, which you do, then you can reflect on those results? Is that the way
I think it's good for the lecturer to reflect on the results, because if the correct answer is A, and most of the people have answered B, then it's clear that something didn't get across very well, and then she'll explain it again.
So it's good for the lecturer as well as the students?
Yes.
Yeah. Jay, any thoughts on any technology, or including clickers?
Apart from the clickers, I think the mole system is very beneficial.
That's the online learning environment.
Yeah, online. And you can find the coursework papers online, and you can learn everywhere you want. And you don't need to bring lots of papers to the lecture, and you can take notes on your smartphones, iPad. And if you are having a meal, for example, and you suddenly think of, oh, there's a deadline after the meal. Okay, I can sort it out here, and I can use my iPhone to submit the work I've done last night. Yeah,
so you're even convenient. Thinking and working while you're having a meal.
Maybe. Yeah.
So do you use your mobile phone a lot?
Yeah.
In learning, I mean, not in making phone calls.
Yeah, maybe I'm looking at the Facebook, and my personal tutor sent me an email and say there is a kind of work you need to finish in the future, and I can know it as soon as possible. So it brings me lots of faster the way I'm working.
Yeah. So that your phone has been a useful tool.
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah, speaking about Jay saying about his phone, and obviously Erica and Alex talking about clickers. In our department, I don't know if you guys know, but there's you can get an app basically, which is has the clicker software on. So we do, a lot of people on our course use that. So it's not even like you have to remember your clicker, because as long as you got your phone on you, which most people do, you can just get straight into it. And then in terms of the VLE, I mean, one of our lecturers, he puts a lot of videos up on there. So what we can have is we can have small video sections which are 10-15 minutes for each small topic, and we can sort of break it down, take notes, because I personally find it a lot easier to sort of look at something for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I struggle to sort of focus for 2 hours or whatever for a lecture. When somebody's just going on, so if you miss something, you can pause it, look at it, go back. And then his lectures are question based with the clickers. So what he'd do is we'd sort of learn our work in our own time, and then he'd sort of assess each lecture and then go through things if people didn't understand them.
So you'd look at the material on the VLE video or whatever, come with that prior knowledge to the lecture, and that would make the lecture more interactive.
Yeah, so what he'd do is he'd start asking questions and then putting twists on questions and things, and then seeing where people struggle, and then he'll sort of cover those aspects. Yeah.
So again, it's useful for the lecturer to see that sort of diagnostic process. Yeah. It's also useful for the students.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah. So again, phones have been used fairly widely as well as the clickers. Yeah. That's excellent.